अपने हम खिलाड़ियों को हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स दिए हैं। मैं ख्याल पाकिस्तान की हिस्ट्री में इतने पैसे कभी नहीं मिले जितने मैंने उनको दिए, क्योंकि मेरा मकसद एक ही था कि हमारे जितने प्लेयर्स हैं ये मोराल इनका अप होना चाहिए। जब ये किसी दुश्मन मुल्क में या किसी जगह भी खेलने जाएं जहाँ कंपटीशन हो रहा है तो शुड गो विद। हम खिलाड़ियों को हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स दिए हैं। मैं ख्याल पाकिस्तान की हिस्ट्री में इतने पैसे कभी नहीं मिले जितने मैंने उनको दिए, क्योंकि मेरा मकसद एक ही था कि हमारे जितने प्लेयर्स हैं ये मोराल इनका अप होना चाहिए। जब ये किसी दुश्मन मुल्क में या किसी जगह भी खेलने जाएं जहाँ कंपटीशन हो रहा है तो दे शुड गो विद। बस से अपने हम खिलाड़ियों को हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स दिए।
So Pradeep, we just heard that reaction from the PCB chief, and this speaks more of Pakistan because, like we mentioned, despite the tensions at the border, India has extended all courtesy. The Pakistan team is in the country after 7 long years, and look at the language that is being used by the PCB chief.
See, one has to understand, only a few days back there was a Kokonag encounter where because of Pak-sponsored terrorism we lost lives of 3 brave hearts, Colonel Manpreet, we lost Major Ashish and DSP Humayun. And after that the chorus was building up that we should not allow Pakistan. Despite that, a red carpet welcome was given to the Pakistani team when they arrived at Hyderabad airport. And look at the kind of a language that PCB chief is using. Because when we play match is not about money. It's not about money. It is about forging bonds, relationship, friendship, so that they can script new chapter of peace and prosperity in this region. But see kind of a language. And this has not happened for the first time. We have seen that after 26/11 also many of those Pakistani stars who had been working here in Bollywood, otherwise they were not having any work back home. So we provided them work. They did not even condemn ever that attack that was carried out in Mumbai. After Pulwama bombing also we saw that not a single statement came either from Pakistani cricketer. We have even seen that how the kind of a language Shahid Afridi had been using. So this is not first time. This only highlights their mindset. I think this is a high time when Government of India should take up this strongly and make PCB chief apologize to 1.4 billion Indian, because the Indians with a they have been receiving them with open arms and a big heart. See, kind of a big heart that India has shown, that has set an example that we do not want to mingle sport with politics. Every time whenever we have extended hand of friendship, Pakistan has backstabbed India. We have seen this thing happening on the political table also. When Vajpayee went for the Lahore talks, what really happened? There was a Kargil. When Prime Minister Narendra Modi went to Islamabad, what really happened? We had Pathankot. The same thing is happening again and again. That's one of the reasons that the Government of India had always taken a stand. Talks and terror can't go together. People who had been saying that we should hold talks, today Farooq Abdullah, Mehbooba Mufti should come out and say,
talks
tell
and
this
terror
Zaka
can't
Ashraf.
go hand in hand. This is a statement that India has made previously as well, and there have been a lot of discussions on whether sports and entertainment should be brought into this or not. But look at what the PCB chief says. Stay with us, Pradeep. We also have Karishma joining us on the broadcast to put things into perspective, really, because Karishma, the Pakistan team being in India is in itself a big change. This is happening after 7 long years, and as they arrived in the country, India, let's make it clear, has extended all courtesies to the Pakistan team.
Well, yes, absolutely. Anyone who saw how the Pakistan team was welcomed will see the Indian hospitality in that. It was a very warm welcome, a very cordial welcome that was awarded to the Pakistan cricket team that had landed in Hyderabad for the Cricket World Cup. Remember, they are going to be here for 1.5 months, and the Indian team, the Indian management has made all possible arrangements for their security, for them to be comfortable in India. In fact, the BCCI Vice President Rajiv Shukla yesterday also said that for us, all teams are equal and we have given equal security covers to all teams. So this is a very, very shocking statement that has come in from the PCB chairman, that here on the one hand, India is providing all the courtesies and a formal welcome to the Pakistan cricket team, and on the other hand, he is calling India a Dushman Mulk, where the Pakistan team is being warmly welcomed to play in the Cricket World Cup. So it clearly shows what Pakistan cricket chairman is thinking about India while their team members are getting ready to play in the Cricket World Cup, wherein India is awarding them a very, very warm and a cordial welcome and making arrangements so that their stay in India is as comfortable as possible.
Absolutely. Let's listen into what that PCB chief said, sparking a controversy and, of course, exposing Pakistan yet again. Listen in.
खिलाड़ियों को हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स दिए हैं। मैं खाली पाकिस्तान की हिस्ट्री में इतने पैसे कभी नहीं मिले जितने मैंने उनको दिए, क्योंकि मेरा मकसद एक ही था कि हमारे जितने प्लेयर्स हैं ये मोराल इनका अप होना चाहिए। जब ये किसी दुश्मन मुल्क में या किसी जगह भी खेलने जाएं जहाँ कंपटीशन हो रहा है तो दे शुड गो विद। हम खिलाड़ियों को हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स दिए हैं। मैं खाली पाकिस्तान की हिस्ट्री में इतने पैसे कभी नहीं मिले जितने मैंने उनको दिए, क्योंकि मेरा मकसद एक ही था कि हमारे जितने प्लेयर्स हैं ये मोराल इनका अप होना चाहिए।
So PCB chief sparking a controversy by making such a statement. Let's also speak about the discussions that have taken place time and again regarding this, Pradeep, because clearly this is not the first time. You were just mentioning how India has made its stance clear that talks and terror can't go hand in hand. But there are several occasions where these debates come up time and again on whether cricket, entertainment, film industry should be affected or not. And back then as well, the one point that comes up is at the border, our Jawans are suffering, and this is because of the terror that Pakistan is leading.
See, every time India thinks of giving Pakistan another chance, we think that maybe they are this time going to change their stripes. But I think we have forgotten one thing, that zebra is not going to change stripes the way the leopard is not going to change their spots. The same thing is the case with the Pakistan also. They are not going to leave terrorism and they are not going to leave that hatred for India. Here also that's quite visible. While we were receiving them with open arms, there was a warm-hearted welcome given to all those Pakistani players. The moment they landed at Hyderabad airport, Indians were cheering and their red carpet was rolled for them so that they can have a comfortable stay. They can play their match and focus on the game. Because idea basically playing games is because they want to keep games aside when it comes to politics. So they want to keep politics aside when it comes to cricket match. Because cricket is said to be something that helps one transcend borders, boundaries, so that they can forge better relationship with each other. But unfortunately, what a shocking and obnoxious statement coming from their side. Despite a lot of pressure at the domestic level, government allowed this match to happen and allow Pakistan to come out to this place after 7 years, because we just few days back, we had lost lives of 3 or 4 brave hearts. The 3 families were completely shattered and 1.4 billion Indians were angry what really was happening in Kokonak area, and that how Pak-sponsored terrorism continues to bleed India 1,000 cuts. They are not changing their style. They are continuing with their state policy of bleeding India 1,000 cuts, despite that if India was extending you that kind of an hospitality, you should have been thankful to India and should have tried to build relationship. I think now it is high time the onus lies on the Pakistani players, whether they are going to criticize or condemn this kind of a obnoxious statement coming from the PCB chief Zaka Ashraf. Let's see whether they are going to. But see, we have seen it in the past. None of them had uttered a word when 26/11 took place. Artists come out to this place every time. We provided them job. We allowed them to become famous, work in Bollywood movies. We gave them stage. We shared podium with them. But what happened? When any such attack took place, not a single word came from their side. They never ever condemned Pak-sponsored terrorism. And the same thing happened after Pulwama bombing also. And we have seen that kind of a statement that Shahid Afridi, the Pakistani cricketer, often on keeps on giving. So that's one of the reasons that Indians are hurt. And today also, obviously, the Indians must be feeling very bad listening to this man giving such a kind of a statement, because we are losing our men since 1947. How in 1947 the story of death, destruction, terror, tyranny started from Pakistan side when sent their Lashkars along with the Pakistan army to this place from Baramulla, Uri sector. When hundreds of Kashmiris were killed, our soldiers had finally to sacrifice their life to ensure peace and prosperity in that region. And they had been doing it for the last several decades since then, when the terrorism sponsored from Pakistan has started. But that's one of the reasons that people, as well as the government, feel that talks and terror can't go together. The politicians who had been batting for dialogue with Pakistan should listen to this man and then decide whether they should parrot that line, talks with Pakistan is going to improve situation. No, unless and until their mindset is not going to change, unless and until they will not stop with that obsession about India, unless and until their Kashmir obsession will not stop, the things are not going to change, because this time bomb of hatred is sticking in their forehead that needs to be properly neutralized and diffused.
You're right. It's not just Pakistan, but also the entire ecosystem that was batting